We do the other one. Honestly, I like them both. To be honest, they both sound like I really wouldn't. I'm the only reason I would say the first one because that's the one I do. But if someone said you get to have your waiver claim and whenever you want to use it, that's when it is. Like I wouldn't be opposed. I mean, I might be like, hey, let's do the normal way just because I'm used to it, but I'm not gonna be upset if it's the other way. But
yeah, no, the other way is nice, bro. Because if you're patient, you work your way up to number one, it could really pay off. But other times you'll wait on it too long too.
But I gotta say,
I want to hear what you have to say about the pie chart. Real quick.
I was gonna say I didn't get to say my pie chart. Honest to God, I would say it's 30, 10. I would say it's 30 drafting, 30 luck, 30 waivers, 10% trades. I would, honestly, I might even do 33, 33, 33, and then 0.1 or whatever you want to call it, or 1%, because I really think trades are if specific people like trading. Like I know a couple of people who just have to trade, but honest to God, I've made maybe one trade out of all the years I played fantasy that have actually made a difference. Maybe a trade where I trade one small player that we're both hey, I don't even know, but
just be like a bench running back for a bench
trades
receiver.
Do not do as much as people say. I honestly, if I had to pick one, I would probably say luck and waivers are really up there. Because I wouldn't even say drafting, I would say luck and waivers. Because personally, that's how I win leagues. I might not even have the best draft. If I haven't, I'll admit I've never won a league. I've gone to the championship 4 times. The reason I get there is because I'll get a couple waiver players that are just so key for me that I didn't draft, obviously, and that's why I think that's huge. And luck, because, I had easily the best team one year, far and away. After I lost my playoff game, I checked the points that I got and versus the points other teams got. I beat every single team every week, no matter who I would have played. I would have won the championship, but one week, one of my friends, Cam Newton, got 49 points and beat me by 1 point.
Yeah, you tell me about wasn't that Connor or something?
Yeah, Connor Joseph. Shout out, you piece of shit.
Shout out Connor Joseph.
Yeah,
man.
Beat me, yeah, I'll take a drink. He beat me by 1 point, and I had an unbelievable team, and it was because Cam Newton went absolutely off. So it's luck and waivers is what I would put my main two. But if I had to do a pie chart,
I was really curious to see what you guys were going to think about luck, bro.
Yeah,
because I feel a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, luck, that's just the pussy way out. You just suck, and you're trying to make an excuse." I legitimately think there's a lot of credibility to that, dude. Because you don't know what's gonna happen. You
don't know the quarterback who they're gonna throw to.
Huge. For that. Luck is huge. Talk to the people that drafted Andrew Luck, or the people that drafted Lamar Miller. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what you get for doing a draft that early.
Yeah, true. But still, even first, there's been so many cases where a running back, first game of the season, will tear his ACL.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's football.
That's luck, man. It's football.
I was in a draft last year that drafted before the preseason started, and I had Le'Veon and Darius Geis. And
I had Le'Veon last year. It came in last place.
And that I know running backs.
A lot of people did that at Le'Veon. Shit.
I would piggyback off of what Yash said because, last season, I was in my biggest money league, and I drafted Todd Gurley first round, and I was ecstatic, man. And I swear to God.
Where did you get him?
What do you mean?
First overall? Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but I must have been top 3 because, otherwise he wouldn't have fallen. But honestly, I would say Todd Gurley, he literally made me the best team in the whole league for literally the whole season until the championship. I went to the championship and I lost by 20 points and it was a blowout. I was having to make 2 waiver wire pickups championship week and it completely blew me. And I would kind of say that luck, now that I'm thinking about it, now that the juices are flowing, sitting around 3 experts, I would say luck might be above drafting because it's how do you know? It's football, like you were talking about. How do you really know? Obviously I would still put drafting right there because, chances are someone who's really knowledgeable, a fantasy expert, someone who's been doing it for 5+ years, they're going to have a higher odds of drafting a better team than someone who just started. But
there's a reason.
It's hard. It's hard.
There's a reason that fantasy experts are their opinions are just taken lightly because they might know more things about how he's playing and stuff in practice.
The numbers aren't a given.
No one knows if let's say Matt Nagy's going to drop 3 plays where Taylor Gabriel gets all touchdowns. No one knows. Or whatever it may be. No one knows that, and that's why these experts are still like their opinions. I mean, I take their opinions very lightly because, again, they're just
they could be knowledgeable, bro, but it's not the Bible.
They're an advertised opinion. They don't know everything.
Yeah, like all the experts will tell you, hey, take Le'Veon, first pick overall. You don't know he's going to hold out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Nobody in the world knows that but Le'Veon Bell.
Taking Zeke and literally have no idea what's going on.
No, you literally have no clue.
And Zeke's looking like he's close to signing, but Melvin Gordon, who knows at this point?
And I couldn't tell you how many articles I saw last year, like, Le'Veon, why Le'Veon will sign week 2, why Le'Veon will be there week 5.
Week 8.
Like all these inside sources. You don't know dick. Le'Veon's not doing anything.
It literally comes to the point where it seems like a lot of these fantasy experts are just throwing darts at a dartboard. Like midseason,
well,
they
they
have no
are.
idea.
I would say they're throwing educated darts at a dartboard.
Yeah,
I agree.
I guess.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know what they're talking about, but like there's no way to guarantee it. Like
that's
whatsoever.
Fair. That's definitely
you
fair.
could have every statistic in the book. Oh, this player does this on the road with this quarterback and this receiving like you could have every number in the book, and it's still not gonna project out how you want it to most of the time.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got to have this discussion on fantasy and what plays into a good season. I was gonna ask also if you think there's another category to be added in there, as in like maybe like knowledge and skill kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Or no? Or is that kind of define everything?
I think that gets everything because
that's what I was thinking.
Knowledge and skill goes into drafting and waivers.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick question before we change subjects.
Absolutely.
All right. This came up.
Please.
Top 3 fantasy sleepers of the season. I want to hear them from all of you.
I already have mine right now.
Because just hear me out.
Okay.
Going into last season, not the season we're coming up on now, I had so many draft picks. For example, Tariq Cohen. And that's not necessarily a fantasy sleeper last year. But let's just talk about guys who you think you're drafting, 4th, 5th, 6th round, who you drafted and you think, wow, that's going to be somebody.
Steal.
Yeah, okay. That's a steal. I'm talking sleeper / steal.
Colin, since you asked it, what's yours, bud?
Man, I know for a fact, I kind of give credit to Mr. Kronberg here. I just drafted in my first draft. I kind of went into it open-handed without really a whole lot of knowledge, and I picked up Austin Eckler in like the 8th round. I mean, it was
the 8th round, really?
Yeah, it was higher than that. I mean, it was probably the snag that I had out of any of my teams yet this season. As far as sleepers, though, a guy who fell really, really late in the draft I did tonight, and I was looking at some outlooks on him, and Paul Richardson. Really receiver? No, Washington. Actually.
I'll be honest, if you didn't say the team, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
I knew he was with Seattle.
I think as far as I'm not going to put him in starting week 1, anything like this, but this guy is going to lead the Redskins in touches. As far as receptions.
I didn't think about the receiving core,
and I know that the Redskins have other receivers, but I think Paul Richardson is that guy you go and you throw the ball down for that spec catch and deep threat. And I think he's going to have weeks where he puts up 20, 25 points. Is he going to be consistent? I don't know. But it's a guy you keep on your bench. Yeah. And as far as the third, that's kind of tough. I mean, you could honestly say the guy who's backing up Todd Gurley because of the arthritis in the knee. Yeah, Henderson.
Yeah.
That could be a guy that you want to look at. But yeah, man, I mean, I saw today David Montgomery, not too much of a sleeper, but obviously Bears fan right here, obviously very high on David Montgomery, but I think that's a guy who could really shine. I really do. And I saw him fall where he was the best available as far as ESPN's rankings for literally 3 rounds, and people were just sleeping on him. I mean, that's a guy, because we have Mike Davis, we have Tariq Cohen, Taquan Mizzell. Those are all guys
he got released.
Or
cut, or whatever you want to call it. Mizell is gone.
Okay, I saw he was actually getting reps at receiver a little bit at the beginning of
he was number 11.
Season. Okay, so
he's gone.
Take that back on Mizzell, a little uneducated, but I would say David Montgomery, keep your eyes out for him. I know he might not be somebody who you were you were probably expecting to hear that from one of us, but I would say keep your eyes out for him. He's not an easy guy to take down. I'll tell you, I've seen a clip.
I got my 3 definitely.
Strong, man. He runs hard.
Rags, what do you got first?
All right. Well, first thing I have to say about David Montgomery, Not that I don't think he'll be good in like this year. I think he'll be a really good running back. The only thing I think of his fantasy potential is because of Tariq Cohen getting so many, especially in PPR leagues. Trust me, I love Dave Montgomery. I think he's going to be really good in the NFL and everything. The only reason it worries me a little bit is because
I see Mike Davis getting touches too.
Because Mike Davis
goal line touches.
He's the big strong guy goal line, and Tariq Cohen
he's a big boy.
If Montgomery walks in and he's the goal line back or something, then his value goes up overnight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think that's going to be the case.
Tariq Cohen's getting those screen passes and stuff. Like he's getting those pass touches anyway. But my 3 sleepers. I'll go to my number 3. I'll say it's
dun.
I'll agree with you in Darrell Henderson. I picked him in both my leagues I did because I know Todd Gurley's got some health problems, and so if he does go down, I've got Darrell Henderson. So he's my fantasy sleeper, my number 3. My number 2, I would say is Devin Singletary. And the reason is
I was gonna say
for sure.
No.
I agree.
And it's not that he is, I think, has the best chance of being a star. I just think he has the best risk reward ratio in terms of he could be an absolute running back. He could be a starting running back for so many teams if he ends up getting a ton of touches and stuff. And he's falling to late rounds and stuff. So I think Devin Singletary, my number 1, who I think is the most ups or I think has the best chance of being a star, is D.D. Westbrook, because there is no other really good wide receiver for Jacksonville. They have Nick Foles, we'll see how he does in the regular season frequently when he's actually a starter and stuff. But I think with him he could get majority of the passes and stuff, and I think D.D. Westbrook could be a waiver wire pickup that people are, or not even, maybe not waiver wire because people are drafting him anyway, but a player that people are putting in their starting lineup consistently. So that's my 3.
Rags, I love it.
I wish you would have told me that about 3 hours ago, because I literally slipped up on D.D. Westbrook in both my drafts for 2 rounds and was thinking about it because I saw the outlooks about him being the only option in Jacksonville. And with Nick Foles, he went to Jacksonville, correct?
Yeah, he's in Jacksonville. Right. Yeah.
I think, Rags, D.D. Westbrook, not a guy I thought about. Wish I would have talked to you about it earlier, but let's continue here.
No, Rags, I love your picks. I'm going to start mine off with DJ Moore, wide receiver, Carolina Panthers. I think he's going to be really good this year. He had a pretty mediocre rookie season. He had 55 catches for about 800 yards and 2 touchdowns. But I'm not exactly sure how many games he missed, but he definitely missed a couple. He was a little injury prone. But I definitely see the touchdowns going up. And, Carolina doesn't have much of an option other than to throw to him. At least Cam Newton-wise.
Yeah.
They don't have Funchess anymore. Olsen's always hurt. And then they have, Curtis Samuel and then obviously McCaffrey. But I feel like he's definitely going to be their number 1. And I feel like he's going to be right around 1,000 yards and 5 or 6 touchdowns, which will easily be wide receiver 3 status.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think, way more valuable than what his ADP is right now. So I'm liking him a lot. My other guy is kind of my go big or go home running back this year. That's Derrick Henry.
Big boy.
The big boy for Tennessee. The dude rushed for about 1,100 yards last year, and he had a really, really rough start to the season. You can say it was inflated by his game against Jacksonville where he rushed for 240 yards, and then against the Giants for 170. You can say it was inflated a little bit, but I think Tennessee's going to be committed to giving him the ball early and often, and I expect him to score a good amount of touchdowns, and I think he'll be right in the running for leading the league in rushing. And my third sleeper of this year, I would like to give to Mike Williams, Chargers wide receiver.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's good.
No, I like him a lot. I took him in your league, Rags.
I know, I saw that.
Because I'm going to be struggling on receiver a little bit, and I wanted to throw another honorable mention out there for receiver, which is Josh Gordon for the Patriots.
Yes, sir.
If he can I think he stay off the weed.
As well. Yes. Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed. But no, Mike. As far as Mike Williams for the Chargers, bro, I think he could be really good. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot, especially if Melvin Gordon is not their running back.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan Allen, he was healthy last year, but the dude's always injury prone. So I could definitely see a number of weeks where Mike Williams is their number 1. And I think he'll be really valuable. And then to quickly touch on Josh Gordon too, it's basically just Josh Gordon and Julian Edelman. N'Keal Harry's out for 6 to 8 weeks, so watch out for Josh Gordon if he can stay off the drugs. But let's hand it over to Yash. Yash, what you got for us?
All right, so I purposely went last